Good evening, and welcome to the Tenacious Baseball League on the Tabletop Baseball channel here on YouTube. I am Tenacious Earl, one of the two Earls that are the proprietors of this channel. Tabletop Earl, who is the other fella who broadcasts on this channel, he is currently... oh, I messed this up. Well, anyway, currently away from phone, whatever you want to call it. Recording this a little earlier tonight. I want to get out of the way so I can spend some time watching the tube later. So we have a nice game here going on. Well, not going on, getting ready to go. Mets and Yankees. Continuation of the Subway Series. We had the first half of that earlier in the season. The Yankees won that series at Citi Field 2-1. And they won the first game of this one here at Yankee Stadium. And they won that by a score of 6-5. It was a slim margin. Night game here tonight, May 16, 2016. So, just as a reminder, this is 2016 card set of Stratomatic Baseball. And what that means is we will use cards and dice to recreate a baseball game. And this is a theoretical baseball game. I think the Mets and the Yankees, I'm pretty sure they would have played in 2016, but this league has 10 teams that were selected randomly. And so we're playing, each team plays each other 6 times total, 3 at home, 3 away, and that's how we're doing this league. So we're about, we're over fifth of the way in. We're about a quarter of the way in, let's say. So the Mets are currently 6-7. The Yankees 7-6. They started the series at 6-6 both at 500. So the Mets are going to try to get one back. Now they have Logan Verrett going today, while the Yankees have Nathan Eovaldi. So I forgot to write down their injury numbers, so pardon me as I do that. Eovaldi would be a 6'11". And if you've never watched this before, you won't know what these numbers mean, but you hopefully will figure it out here in time. Brett is a 6'12". So, okay, let's move along here and get this game started. Hi, Mike McAllister. I see you have already picked your team of interest, and as I would expect, since you're a Mets fan. Let's give it a little bit of zoom here. Okay, so Yankees taking the field. Mets will send Granderson to the plate first, so he'll lead off in right field. Neil Walker at second. Then it'll be Ty Kelly at third base. We had a couple injuries. David Wright for sure is out for the long term. And Wilmer Flores was in need of rest. Cabrera is out at short. So we've got a couple of infield subs going here. So Ty Kelly at third. Yoenis Cespedes in left. Lucas Duda first base. Matt Reynolds at short. Also, Juan Lagares got the day off, and Michael Conforto is injured. So Alejandro De Aza will start in center and bat seventh. Travis d'Arnaud catching, and Verrett pitching. And he will use pitcher's hitting card numero uno. So Granderson against Eovaldi. Let's get this game underway. 2-8 would be a triple if it's 1 or 2 for Granderson. It's a 14, so he flies out to center to start the game. Neil Walker. Batting from the left side is a switch hitter 4-5. He hits a grounder to Starlin Castro, and that's a routine play. 2 outs, Ty Kelly. Batting from the left side as well, that's a 5-8, and he draws a 2-out walk. Kelly not going to be trying to steal it all. Here's, whoa, Cespedes got a little fly and die here. 4-11 I'll give you, let's see, 411 against a righty, ballpark single. So here at Yankee Stadium today, they're average. So that means 3s for singles and 19 for lefties and 16 for righties on the home run. 411 for Eovaldi is against a righty is a 1 to 3 single chance for the ballpark. And it's a 5. That'll be a line out to short, and the inning will be over, or their half of the inning. One base runner gets stranded, and we will go to the bottom of the first. So Verrett goes out. His card is not particularly great. We'll have to see if he can hang in there, or if maybe his team can come through with some runs. For the Yankees facing him, it'll be Brett Gardner, as Jacoby Ellsbury is out with an injury. Also, Carlos Beltran gets the day off. So Brett Gardner in left leads off. Chase Headley at third base. He's batting second for the second game in a row. Didi Gregorius at short. Starlin Castro at second. Mark Teixeira first base. Aaron Hicks in center. Brian McCann catching. Dustin Ackley in right. And Eovaldi will be the pitcher. And he's using the #1 pitcher's hitting card as well. Hi, Beatles. Hi, Phantomatic. I didn't say it already. Sorry about that. Brett Gardner going to lead off. And 6'11". Verrett's a 6'12" guy. So 6'11" ground ball to the pitcher. He is a 2E16. And let's check the E16 with the pitcher. And a 14. Makes the play. I meant to do a little bit of more homework to try to make it quicker on these X chances, but I didn't. So Chase Headley, 1-8, and that's a fly ball that's going to go to De Aza. He'll catch it for the second out. And Gregorius, with 2 away. 6-6 against a lefty, and that's another fly ball to De Aza that is caught. So 1-2-3, easy inning for Verrett. We'll go to the second. No score. Gonna have to keep an eye on this. I zoomed it in. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult to make sure. I got to double check here each time. Duda going to start the second. 5-7 against a lefty, and that's a walk. Second walk surrendered by Eovaldi. So that's going to bring up Matt Reynolds. .28 and a 2-8. 1-2 would be a double. That looks eerily reminiscent of Granderson's, except with a double instead of a triple. 1-2. It's an 8. If you can see that there. Apologize for the glare. That's. Wish I could do something about that. All I could do is do this, and then I feel like, oh, you know what? That's not too bad. Maybe I don't need that light. Anyway, that's going to be a fly ball to left. That'll be out #1. Now you get the shadows over here, but I guess you'll just have to live with that. Alright, so De Aza. Again, Duda at first. He's not a runner. And there is a 6-12. Now, Eovaldi's a 6'11", so how about that? If things had been switched around, we would have had 2 injuries. Against a lefty, 1-13 is a single. Boy. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's this ballpark correction factor. 1-13 a single would move Duda up into scoring position at second. It's a 15. And thus, that's going to be a line out to second for the second out. Castro gets it. Looked like it was going to squirt by him, but so now Darno, 2 away. There's a 3-7. And he is not in scoring position, so that's going to work out well for The Mets, that'll be a single. It's going to at least turn the lineup over, at the very, very least. Duda will not try to advance any further. It's going to bring up Verrett, pitcher spot. So they're going to need something off of Eovaldi's card here to get a run home. And that's a 2-10. Oh, look at there. That is the magic roll. 2-10 for the pitcher #1 card is the lone walk. The lone selection that gets anybody on base. So that loads the bases. Eovaldi, his 3rd walk. And it's going to bring up Granderson with a chance to... He hit a 1-outer. I'm not sure. Not sure what that meant about hitting a 1-outer. He had a 1 roll off his card to get on, and he hit it. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, it's Granderson. Bases loaded. I'm still not sure I understand, but I'm probably just a little slow here today. It's like needing 1 card. Oh yeah, yeah. It's oh yeah. Now I got you there. Yes. I thought you meant a hit, and then but you meant hit like in hitting it in poker. The walk. Yes, you're right. Sorry, I'm a little slow today there, Phantomatic. All right. So Granderson, let's get back into this. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And a 3-7, and he walks to come home. And everybody advances. Eovaldi makes a mess of this inning. Walk after walk after walk. And it's going to bring up Neil Walker with a chance to really put a crooked number here if he can find something. 1 run across is 1-0. Here is Walker. Base is still loaded. And there's a 6-10. He's batting from the left side. That's a fly ball to center, and they're going to get out of the inning. But Eovaldi made that inning a lot more difficult than it needed to be. But it could just be, as Larry says, the tight strike zone tonight, or maybe just some patience by these Met hitters, knowing that Eovaldi can get a little wild at times. He in real life he had let's see, a walk every 1/3 of an inning, or every 3 innings. So that's not a huge rate there, but all right. Bottom of the 2nd, Yankees have a 1-run deficit. Starlin Castro, 3-10. And he'll lead off with a single first hit there. Off Verrett. Mark Teixeira. 2 on the D20. It went all the way over here. So we got to check for a balk. Verrett would balk on a 1 through 4. I'm going to put my hand up here so that way it's 12. Doesn't go, so it doesn't go rolling off. So we just re-roll with Teixeira. 4-5. Batting from the left side. That's a ground ball to second. Sorry, that got off the screen there, but if you can see, ground ball. That'll be a 4-6-3. So that's helpful for the Mets. And with 2 outs, it'll be Aaron Hicks. 2-7. Yeah, it's a fly ball to center. Diaz's had 3 putouts to his credit already, and they get through the inning in the minimum possible. Still 1-0 Mets going to the third. See if Eovaldi's solved his control issues here. Ty Kelly, who started off this walk fest in the first. Batting from the left side, a 6'9". That is a ballpark home run shot. He's batting from the left side. This is 1-19. This is going to almost certainly be a solo shot. And it's gone. 2-0 New York Mets. Ty Kelly gets a hold of it. And that sends the Yankee fans into a bit of a tizzy. Not happy with Eovaldi. Doesn't have his best stuff today. Cespedes, well, not like in the Strat game, but in the vernacular. 3-8, and I'm not having trouble getting this thing. There we go. That's a fly ball to left. That'll be out. Number 1, Duda. He walked and scored in the second. And a 1-6, he strikes out. And Matt Reynolds with 2 down. And that's going to be a double on a 2-10. Goes all the way to the wall. He skates in there to second base. He's going to bring up Deaza. Bottom of the order helping out the Mets so far. And a 5-6. 6 on the D20. 5-6 against a lefty, and he strikes out. So, not tired yet. Hate Eovaldi's card, get hurt. Well, he, yeah, I mean, his ERA in 2016 was actually better than Verrett's, so if the Yankees can pull it together here, they still have plenty of time. Bottom of the third, 2-0. And hello, Mr. Utah Mike, if I didn't say that. And hello to Derek. And who else do we got here? I think I already mentioned. Oh, Manny is here. Thank you for checking in. And Larry, I think I already mentioned you as well. But thank you again for checking in. If the shadows are bothering you, just let me know. Kind of feel like the light that's coming in shines better on the dice. So, Brian McCann going to start the third here. Against a lefty, a 6'8". That is a 1-3 double. And guess what? There is a 1. So, a leadoff double for McCann. Gets the 15%er. That's going to bring up Dustin Ackley, who's in here for Beltran. Beltran needed a rest, which is surprising because he's almost got 600 plate appearances in 2016, but the D20 did him wrong. Dustin Ackley. Do we want to... Well, he's hitting from the left side. Let's give it a whirl. But that's a 1-6, and that's a pop out to second. So 1-6 pops out. So that brings up Eovaldi. He is a C. It'll be a D because they're going to play with the infield in. Now, they could let him swing away here, but instead they're going to try and get him, see if he can get the bunt down. That's a 6. And this is to the second baseman. So let's get out the old strategy chart here. Wherever you are. Or it's the miscellaneous chart. So that's defense. So they can go after the runner to third. And I don't want that 5 playing right field. Who's 5? You mean Beltran? Well, he's not today. So we got a choice here between trying to pick that runner at third, who is McCann, and I think you have a decent shot at it here. You actually have a pretty good shot because he is not a good runner. He's an 8. And let's see, we go with defense. Running speed -4, so that's going to make him a 1 to 4, and then you add the defensive rating. Well, the second baseman is Walker. He's a 3, so it's going to be a 1 to 7 chance. They're going to take the chance here. 1 to 7, he'll be out. Or no, 1 to 7, he'll be safe. The rest, he'll be out. It's a 19. Catch a break here. And there'll be a 4-5 fielder's choice. Not a good bunt from Eovaldi. And so with 2 outs now and a runner at first, they'll bring up Brett Gardner. And that's a 1-5 with a 3 on the D20 there. 1-5. That's a ground ball to second. And would have been just fine to throw to first on given that result, but because they wouldn't have scored the run there anyway. But you make them get another hit if you do that. So we're going to go to the 4th. It's still 2-0 Mets. Let's see. Hello, Dave. He's rooting for the Mets. I guess is a well, let's see. Yeah, you're a Bruins fan, so you're being a Blue Jays fan. I think is in baseball. Yeah, you'll definitely be rooting for the Mets against these Yankees. So now I'm going to zoom out a little bit here, just a skosh. There we go. So Darno will be leading off the 4th. 4-11. I think that was against a righty. That was a ballpark single. Need a 1 or a 2. Or no, 1, 2, or 3. Forgive me. But he gets a 10, so that will be a liner. 2 to Gregorius. Here is Verrett. Against a righty, 4-5, and he flies out to Gardner for the second out. Curtis Granderson 0 for 1. He did walk, which earned him an RBI. Uh, 5-9 against a lefty. Normal power. That one is long, and that is a solo home run off of Eovaldi. On the 5-9, that one is gone. Blame it on the short porch and right. And that's 3-0 Mets. So Neil Walker now. 1-5. Oh boy, a chance at a back-to-backer here. 1 to 3 is a home run. Just misses the 1-4, which is just a plain old slam bang dunk one here. So, but you need a 1 to 3. So let's see what the old D20 comes up with here. It's a 17. It's a fly ball to left that ends the inning. Comes up short, but they get another run as Granderson smacks the heck out of one. And they put up 1-1-1 here. Got a few Mets rooters in here, and at least one Yankee fan here. So we'll see if the Yankees can start making some headway here with Chase Headley. They've gotten 2 hits so far, but they weren't able to string them together. 2-5, he strikes out. Actually, yeah, 2 hits. I was right the first time. Didi Gregorius. 2-7. He's going to get another hit here. 1 to 5. Yeah, it's a 1. Yankees fortunate that 1 didn't come up on that Walker roll there, or else might have been a whole different ball game. Starlin Castro, Gregorius. Let's see, what has he got here? -3. Verrett's good at holding on, so they're not gonna. He's not gonna try stealing third. Castro, 4-6 against a righty. Got to re-roll. Boy, they could have used the 1 here. That's for sure. 1 double, fly ball to center. B would be the rest. Oh, he gets another 1, and that rolled. My goodness, that's going to score a run. That's 3-1 now. What are the chances of that? I rolled it. I didn't just fluff it down there. So Castro at second. Verrett gives up 1 off of his card, and here is Teixeira. 3-8. And that's a pop out to first base, so that'll be the second out. So Aaron Hicks with a chance maybe to drive in another run. Jays, Dodgers, Mets, and Brewers for Dave S. Yep. It's good to be weird. Standing out in the crowd is nice. 6-5. Hanny strikes out, so Verrett comes back after giving up back-to-back doubles. And it's still 3-1. I'll tell you what, if you weren't weird or different or whatever, you probably wouldn't be playing this game much. So, all right, so we're going to the top of the 5th, and I am thirsty, so give me a chance to take a brief commercial break. We will let's see. Let's give a shout out to I don't know. How about I should have a roll, and I could go through the roll the D20. No, anyway, we'll just I don't see Phanomatic very often, but I think he likes them. I know he loves the Mets, so seeing him in here for that, so I'll give him a shout out here. I appreciate you coming in and watching this, and I appreciate everybody else too. But it's good to see some faces that I don't get to see every time that I'm on here. I know schedules are kind of tough at times, and I'll also mention Mr. Utah Mike, because he's a Yankees fan. We gotta give him a little little love here, because they're behind at the moment. But yeah, let's get back to the game here. Ty Kelly knocked it out of the park in the 3rd inning, and we're here in the 5th, and it's a 3-2. And he's got another shot at it. He's going to have 2 home runs in this game unless he gets that blasted D20 coming up on the big 20. We've already seen a 1 twice in a row. Is there room for that? It's a 14. That is gone. And Ty Kelly is making his presence known here. Got the old gift roll of the 3-2. And it's gonna make the Yankees start thinking about some bullpen action here. So Cespedes up now, 4-1 Mets. That's a 4-7 against a right-hander. You get another 1, that'll be a single. It's a 5. Ground ball to third. Headley throws to first for the out. Lucas Duda. 2-8. Strikeout plus an injury, and that is no surprise, as he spends a lot of 2016 injured. So let's roll off Matt Reynolds here. 2 outs now. 6-7 against a righty. Ground ball to second base. That is Castro, 3E14. 3-5. Let's double check that one. Barely gets to it. And he's going to make the play, I believe, 14 and 8. Yes. All right, so now we got to roll for Duda here. 168 at bat, so he has no limits on how many. So I roll the D6 as well. 1 to 3, he'll get the injury after the game. 4 to 6, he'll have to come out now. He'll come out after the game, and it's an 11. So that's a 2-game injury. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. I might have to bring him out altogether, but I just have to, in the long run. He spends a lot of time on disabled list, and in a short season, it's kind of difficult to simulate that. So I might have to sub him out and bring in Loney. Is pretty close to being. It's pretty close to being the time when they brought in Loney, as far as like virtual time or whatever, you know, because it's a third of the season. We got to check the Yankees bullpen. It's not exactly full bore here. I'm gonna get Nick Goody warming up, because I think this will be. I think Eovaldi is probably coming out. He hits third. So Brian McCann will lead off the bottom of the 5th here. 4-1 Mets. That's a 1-9. And Verrett strikes him out. That is the 3rd K on Verrett's record here. Here is Dustin Ackley. It's a 1-3. That's a ground ball to first, and oh, yeah, Duda, he underhands it to Verrett. And so the pitcher spot up. Since they're a little short on bullpen, they're going to let Eovaldi hit this time. So 2 outs. That's a 3-8, so that's going to be a strikeout. So Goody's going to sit back down for a little while. That's 4-1, still going to the 6th now. And let's see, only 1 hit given up in the 5th, so he hasn't reached his point of weakness yet, even though he has gone past the inning of weakness. Deaza, 1-6. Well, he strikes out to start the 6th inning. Darno, 3-10. And that's going to be, that's a good chance at a double here, 1-13. Now it's an 18, so that'll be a single. It laid down the jinx there a little bit on it. B. Bunter, Verrett, with 1 out. He will be up there bunting as a C, because they're going to play the infield in here. That's an 8. So C8, back to the pitcher, and that's going to be a good sacrifice. It'll advance the runner. And that brings up Granderson. He knocked it out his last time up, and runner at second, 2 outs. That's a 4-5 against a lefty, and that's a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning as Castro throws to first. And Eovaldi gets through the 6th. Finally puts another 0 on the board. It's been a while for him since the 1st inning. And Verrett still in the game. The 5th inning was his inning of weakness, and he passed it with flying colors. So it'll be Brett Gardner leading it off. 4-1 Mets, bottom of the 6th. And it's a 5-6 against a lefty, and that's a fly ball to left. Boy, he just misses the 5-5 on Verrett's card. Fly ball to left is caught by Cespedes for the 1st out. That'll be Chase Headley next up. That's a 2-5. 2-5, he strikes out. That's 2 strikeouts in a row there for Headley. He is getting kind of cold here. Here is Gregorius. 2-7, and Gregorius will get his second hit of the game. It could be another double. 1-5. Will he stretch it out? He gets a 2, so he does. 2 doubles for Didi, and it's going to be Starlin Castro. Still with 2 outs. He's 2 for 2. He has a single and a double. And it's a 5-2 against a righty. Ground ball to second base. Righty means that it will be Walker's responsibility. It makes him a 4E11. And a 4 on the D20 means it's going to come in as a hit, I'm pretty sure. Now that's a single 2-star, so that means, and let's see, the 11 and an 11 is going to not be a problem. But Castro with a nice clutch single, not a clutch roll, but just a. So it'll be 4-2 now, and Mark Teixeira with Castro at first, 2 outs. Mets going to get Jerry Blevins and Hansel Robles up. And warming, here's Teixeira. 6-10. Batting from the left side is a ground ball to short, so a lefty means that the shortstop, Reynolds, will be on the hook for this one as far as having to hold the runner. So it's a 4E19. We could get another hit here, and it's a 1. That's another single 2-star. And let's see, that is a 19 with a 10. I think he'll be okay. Let's just double check. Yes. First and third, and Verrett now is tired, and with Hicks coming up, the manager is making his way out to the mound, and he's motioning for the lefty. So Verrett will be done. Had a pretty good outing, but he is going to be on the hook for these 2 runners that are on base, and he could be anything from the winner to still the loser here at this point. Not the loser. He could get a no decision. Can win it, can't lose it. So Blevins. Take this moment here just to do the switch. And let's see. Verrett went 5 2/3, but then he gives up 3 hits in a row. Mostly because his defense isn't particularly good. So, as manager, I may have to think about that more and see if it makes sense. If you've got guys like that to maybe chance at playing off more. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's tough because almost anybody who's on first gets held. So Aaron Hicks against the lefty Blevins. 2 outs. Now they could pinch hit for Hicks, but not really because they don't really have another center fielder. They could move. I guess they could slide Gardner over. Now they're going to let Hicks hit here. 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Now, are they? Yeah, they're going to, because they didn't bring up a guy. Ellsbury's only injured for 1 game, so they didn't bring up anybody in that short period. So Aaron Hicks, 2 outs. It's a 6-10. Batting from the right side this time. That's a 1-6 single with 1 star. That would score a run. 1-6. It's a 15. It went off the screen, but trust me, it is. 15 there, so... that will be a, where is it, line out short, and that'll end the inning. So Blevins takes care of business in the 6th. They do give up 1 run. It's 4-2. And let's see. They're going to go to Goody. Here in the top of the 7th. Nick Goody. Where are you, Nick Goody? You're on that list. Must be... Yep, he's a 6-12. So Evaldi will go 6 innings. And the ballpark factors really make it tough on Yankee pitchers. So, I mean, both pitchers have to face it, but they have to face it every night. Neil Walker here against Goody. 3-6. And he'll walk. And it brings up Ty Kelly on 2 home runs in this game. 3-5. And that's another walk. And that'll bring up Cespedes. Let's see. Dude is still in the game. They're going to get Phil Koch warmed up here to possibly face Duda. So Cespedes, first and second, nobody out. 5-8 against a righty. Ground ball to second. Lead runner will be held on by the second baseman. So that is Castro for E14 because he is having to hold the runner. Gets an 18, so that might get a double play. It sure does, unless he errors, and it's an 11 with an E14. So that's G1. That'll get the double play going here. 4-6-3. Walker goes to third, but with 2 outs now, it'll be Lucas Duda. And they're going to sit. Koch pitched 2 innings last game, so they will sit Koch and let Duda face Goody here with 2 outs. It's a 4-7 against a lefty. Oh, goodness gracious. That's a bad roll there. Of course, it's a 7. It's a common roll. That's a 1-9 double. 16. That's a single 2-star, and that will score the run. And it's now 5-1. Goody gives up an insurance run on the single by Duda. Don't worry, if we brought in Koch, that would have been a double. So, but Goody now is tired, so we got to keep an eye on that. Here comes Matt Reynolds, 2 outs. 5-12 against a righty. Ground ball to second base, X. This is again Castro for E14 because they're holding Duda. Should probably say that with 2 outs they wouldn't hold him. It's a 13. I think he'll get the out there. 4-13 is a G3. Yeah, they'll get the out. Ends the inning. They get another run. This game's taken a while, but 5-2. And let's see. I'll use Blevins for another inning here. Against McCann. 5-2. Did I say 5-1? It's 5-2. I forget. So bottom of the 7th. I didn't do the 7th inning stretch here. 6-6 against a lefty. Strikes him out. Ackley, they will go to their bench here, and they are going to pinch hit with Beltran. since it is the 7th, so as much as Utah Mike doesn't want him in there, I think we're going to have to bring him in to try and get some offense going against the lefty. That's a 6'10", batting from the right side. It's a 1-6 single. It's a 4, believe it or not. It's a 4. That's a single for Beltran. Brings up the pitcher spot. Now they're going to have to go with another hitter, and they will go with A-Rod. So, with a runner at first, A-Rod will face Blevins here. 2-11. Ballpark single. Probably going to be a line out to short unless it's a 1-3. That's a 3. Wow. How the D20 is turning here now. So you got Gardner coming up, lefty against Blevins. He's given up 2 hits now, and here is Gardner, first and second, 1 away, and the pitch. There's a 3-8. That's a walk. They're going to load the bases, and the Mets are going to have to go back to their pen now. And they're going to go with Robles. So Blevins kind of gets feels like a bad beat there a little bit, but with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, the bases are loaded for the Yankees, and the Mets are going to play at double play depth. Robles is at 6'12". All right, let's reset this. Bases loaded, 1 out. It'll be Chase Headley going up against Hansel Robles, coming in here to try and get out of this jam. So righty against the switch hitter, so he'll be batting from the left side. Here we go. Bases loaded, infield back, looking for 2. That's a 3-10. And that is going to be a 4-6-3 double play, and they squeak out of it. Robles gets a big ground ball double play, and the Mets come through there. Yankees feel robbed, as they had a great opportunity, and it's going to go by the wayside with an untimely grounder with Walker right in the right place at the right time, at least for the Mets. So Beltran will stay in right. And Rodriguez will not be in the game. He's a 5 -1. Yeah, I mean, he's a 5 range, Beltran is, but I mean, come on, it's not like he's it's not like you hit those a lot, those corner outfielders. So with a 4-2 or 5, it's 5-2 again, going to the 8th. Let's see, Miller's available. Betances and Yates are both unavailable. They're going to go with Barbado here. Betances isn't necessarily unavailable, and those 2 guys aren't necessarily unavailable. It's just they would come in automatically tired, I believe. So Goody went 1 inning. So we're going to the top of the 8th here. And Mets have a 5-2 lead, and it's going to be Barbado against Diaz. Barbado a righty, 5'8", batting from the left side. That's a strikeout. 5'8", strikeout. So 1 out, d'Arnaud. So against a righty, 5'6". That's another strikeout. That'll bring up the pitcher spot. And we've already had P2 and P3. So Mets are going to bring in against a righty. Wow, they don't have any left-handed bats. So they'll give Rene Rivera a shot here. Brought him in as basically a pinch hitter, or given the ability for maybe Plawecki to pinch hit, whichever one you want to say is better. But here with a lead, we'll give Rivera his first at bat of the season against Barbado with 2 outs. Against a righty, 5'5", grounder to short. Gregorius 1E16. 1 and a 2. It's going to get the job done, I believe. Let's check out the E16 and the 14 just to be sure. Oh, no. 16 and a 14 is a 1-base error, so E6. That means Granderson will come up. He's already homered in this game. 2 outs. 2-6 against a righty. 2-6 is a line out to short. Hot shot right at Gregorius. He makes up for his error. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-2. And Barbado might pitch another inning here unless something mighty happens. Robles. Let's see. What are the Mets going on here? Yeah, Reed is unavailable. Familia is. Robles will go another inning here as he faced one batter. Here's Gregorius. 3-4-5 for the Yankees. Trying to get something started here. There's a 5-8. Batting from the left, 1-11 would be a double. That's a 14. So that one doesn't sail, or doesn't drop quick enough, or sail long enough, I guess, whatever you want to say, to get past Diaz for the first out. Castro. 6-6 against a righty. That's a walk. Teixeira. 6-8 against a left-handed hitter. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Second won't be affected here since it's a lefty. Neil Walker 3E11. 3 and a 5. The infielder is not holding him on, so that's a G3. I mean, he is not responsible for that since it's a left-handed hitter. He would be responsible for the hole, so that's a G3, and then a 9 on an E11. Yeah, he'll make the play to first base. 4-3. Runner advances. And that brings up Aaron Hicks. 2 outs. Runner at second. 4-7 against a lefty. Fly ball to left. Caught by Cespedes on a rope. And that will be it for the 8th here. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Mets will get Familia. He blew his last save, so he's chomping at the bit to try and make this right. It is a save situation for him. But they got to get through Barbado. I guess maybe they'll also get Antonio Bastardo up in case they tack on any runs. So Neil Walker against Barbado. 3-6 a walk. Brings it Ty Kelly. The Holden Walker on. They're going to try the old hit and run here. Going to get that runner started. 4-6. Batting from the left. Uh-oh. Guess what? Well, let me see. Can you get a home run on a pitcher card? Oh, it looks like you can. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. That is a ballpark home run shot right there. 4-6. And we know what the ballpark is. It's 1-19. This would be a 2-run shot. It would make it 7-2. It is gone, going, and gone. That thing is out of here. And Ty Kelly has a 3-home run game. And the fans are filing out of Yankee Stadium here as the Mets have seemingly put this one out of reach. Familia is going to go grab a seat, grab a cold one. Maybe not yet, but only if the hitter is normal, not a weak. That is true. Well, he is normal against righty, so let me see. Can we get that? Why won't you zoom on me, camera? Why won't you zoom on me? Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Power normal. So that is a home run. He's got 3 on the game. Oh, that was maybe an... Utah, oh, the D20 is loaded, right? We're going to go here. So, yeah, let's get going here. Cespedes. The records were 7-6 for the Yankees, 6-7 for the Mets. They actually say it up here if you can read them, but it might be tough to read depending on the resolution. So Barbado 1-4. That's a ground ball to first. Lucas Duda against a lefty 5-6. Oh boy. Let's see. Well, that's a strikeout. He hasn't reached his point of weakness yet. Let's see. 5-6. I thought that was against a righty. That's a strikeout. So that's 2 outs. Matt Reynolds. I mean, Barbado just wants a 1 or a 3 column here at this point. And he gets it, a 1-4. Oh, but it's a walk. You gotta be kidding me. What a guy wants when he rolls a game on a video is you want a good game. And it's just, my last few haven't really been all that close. There's a 4-10 against a lefty. And we got a catcher X here. So if it will focus. Catcher is McCann, 3-2, 3-10. Potential passed ball based on Barbado. He is a 0 wild pitch rating, so that will be a, what did I say? Was it a PF or a PP? That is a PF, so that'll be a foul out and in the inning. Yeah. Well, the Yankees caught a good one last game, so caught a couple of breaks in that one. So Barbado is done, and Bastardo will come in, former Philly. So We have Barbado and Bastardo, so a couple of the B.O. brothers. How about that? Robles went an inning and 2/3. And what do the Mets have here on the bench? Do they have anybody that represents a significant... they're going to... we're going to have Lagares come in and play center field, bottom of the 9th. Just for good measure. Yeah, Kelly's a better third baseman than Flores, so okay. We'll put him on top of the pile here. So McCann will face Bastardo. Lefty lefty. Any reason to use Romine over McCann? We'll keep McCann in there. You got some good rolls here against the lefty. So bottom of the 9th, it is 7-2. Mets on top, and you got Bastardo in to try and just shut down anything here. 3-4. That's a ground ball to second. So Neil Walker will make that play for the first out. Beltran stayed in the game after pinch hitting in the 7th. 6-8. Batting from the right side. That's a walk. He's been on twice now. And they're going to pinch hit with Ronald Torreyes. Well, I'd say they'd let Beltran take second easily, but I'm not sure he can run to second at this point, so let's go ahead with Torreyes. What the heck. We'll give him second base on the indifference. Torreyes with 1 out. 5-7. Righty. Another walk, so he would have taken second anyway. Here's Brett Gardner. Lefty lefty. First and second. 1 away. 1-5, and a 1-5 is a ground ball to second. The runners will advance. The only play for Walker is to first, but the Mets will take that. Bring up Chase Headley. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. 3-9. Ground ball to short. Reynolds will throw to first, and the ball game is over. The Mets take game 2 of this series and bring it back to 500 with a 7-2 victory. Here at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees will drop to 500, and the rubber game will decide who's going to come out of this series ahead. Mets need to win in order to level the season series at 3-3. The Yankees would obviously take it to 4-2. The Mets, I think this might be their first win in 5 games. So they've definitely had some struggles, but they will be happy to get this one in the book. And do they get... Well, the Yankees will get Ellsbury back. Who is that? They'll also get... You know what? They'll also get Aroldis Chapman back from his suspension after this game. So that will be a nice addition to the bullpen for them. That was the equivalent of the full suspension he got in 2016. Although it wasn't exact. I used him at the beginning of the season, and I shouldn't have. But I used the number of games and scaled it down. The Mets, they will still be without Cabrera, and they don't have Conforto until the 26th. Matt Harvey comes back the 22nd. So they're still down some guys here. But they'll get Cabrera back after Game 3 of this series. So that's the way it goes. I'm going to close it out here. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you could hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. Just keeps these videos rolling out there into the YouTube universe. You know, we play these games, and all we're trying to do is see what results happen. It's it can be fun to root for a team if you've got one. I wish I'm going to probably get back to the Phillies replay here after this 3-game series for each of the teams. I'll probably go back to that. It's a tough one. I've got to learn how to take it as result based instead of being really worried about you know, whether one team is winning or losing or whatever. It's really tough once you get invested, and so I'm sure it's tough for you guys. It would be tough for you guys as well if this is something that you were really invested in. But fortunately for me, I don't really have a horse in this, and these are two teams that, frankly, I probably am not real thrilled about in real life. So, you know, I can play it real here, and you know, one team's going to win, one team's going to lose, and it's kind of nice at this point that each team has got a victory in this series. So we'll just see who rolls it out here in a few days and who comes out on top. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you're watching for the first time and would like to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button. When we go live, we end up you'll get notifications if you subscribe to our channel here, the Tabletop Baseball channel. And as I said in another video, I'm hoping that we can eventually branch out into some other sports. We definitely do. I tend to do mostly Stratomatic, but Tabletop Earl, who's my partner, we do all sorts of different. He does all sorts of different tabletop games, usually in the baseball realm. He's even dabbled in some video games too. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here. Mets win 7-2. Both teams now, the Mets and the Yankees, at 7-7, 500, about where you'd expect them at this point in the season. So thanks a lot, and Strat on, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.